It's episode 4, that's right. Whole month between episode 2 and 3, and then, whole month between, episode 2 and 3. Now it's episode 4, just a day after. That's right. Oh, wait, I forgot to look at the starting time. 13:06:52. 13:06:52. Once again, we're doing the same thing, except with the second drivable vehicle alphabetically in the game, which just so happens to be the civilian dump truck. It is perhaps the strongest vehicle in the entire game, so I do not believe that this is going to be a difficult task, but rather a time-consuming one. Oh my, I forgot to set the end point. After I completed the civilian bus, I immediately smashed it with a sledgehammer and vowed never again to drive a civilian bus in this game. It's just a tad note that you didn't get to see on camera last time. I really have absolutely nothing to say about this one. After 3 episodes of this, you sort of expend any dialogue you may have had. The game looks particularly brighter than usual. That's neat. It was hard finding this vehicle. Unlike the civilian bus, which is pretty much everywhere in Oasis and Dust, this is just... it's very sparsely scattered around, did I say Oasis and Dust? I meant Oasis and EOS. Anyway, unlike that, this one's very sparsely scattered around. I think it's in every place, but I can only really find it in Dust. I think I might have found one in the Badlands. Anyway, this is my first proper attempt at doing it with the second drivable vehicle in the game alphabetically, the civilian dump truck. So far we've escaped the toxic zone with one minor collision, and that did an incredibly small amount of damage because, as I said, this is like the strongest vehicle in the game, or some such thing. It did a tiny jump there. I didn't know it was fast enough to do that. I'm not certain whether this one's time is going to be faster or slower than the civilian bus. It seems to overall move slower, but it also seems to have more horsepower. Like, it seems to move at a slightly slower overall speed, but it seems like it would be able to take hills a lot easier. Like, yeah, anyone, as in someone else from the Red Faction. Not me, I'm busy driving the civilian dump truck across the entirety of Tharsis. Much more important than whatever you said that was. Not courier, what's that called? It's convoy. Convoy, it's a convoy mission. I knew it started with the letter C. Like, sessile. No, that starts with the letter S. Calm. Compute, carcinogen, calcium, calcareous. The best species of calcareous sponge is Arturia adjusta. I learned that was even... I first learned that that was even a species of sponge a few days ago. And now you too know. But it may be 8 viewers at most. I think my best video so far, like the one with the most views, is like 8 viewers. Truly amazing. This vehicle, I think that hill's just so steep that even despite this one's horsepower, I don't think it would even be able to get out of that pit if that bridge wasn't there. Also, these dump trucks, they're never being used for what they're supposed to be used for. They're never transporting any dirt or large amounts of, like, building material or anything like that. The most they'll have is 2 people in the back of them. And it doesn't make sense that they have a maximum occupancy of 3. It should be 4, like the other vehicles that have 4, like the civilian bus. I mean, there's no way that only 2 people can fit in the entire back of this massive dump truck. That's just nonsensical. I'm gonna see if I could get them to not shoot at me. Oh nope, they've already started shooting at me. Well then, guess that's out of the window. That possibility has been lost. That ship has sailed. Yeah, it's definitely handling this hill quite a bit better than the civilian bus was. Oh, it's already back to green alert. The combat music is still going on for some reason. But still, green alert. Another minor impact. Still at above half health. I think the civilian bus was at half health after that one. Then a later minor impact put it at a little bit less than half health. Then I kind of sort of a little bit cheated and switched it with a different civilian bus. It shouldn't have really affected the time though at all, so not really cheating. Really doing it with this vehicle, it's not particularly infuriating at all. It's kind of annoying that it's hard to avoid it taking damage, but it takes such a small amount of damage, it's not angering at all. It just sort of gets tiny dents in it. I almost, though, just flipped it, not upside down, but rather sideways. I didn't, but I nearly did. I think this video is going to be like the most boring of all of them. Sort of just driving a car across Mars and encountering absolutely no difficulties. I'm not fueled by rage or anything with this one. This is my first attempt. Oh, the convoy reached Parker, did it? Oh, so sad. Yeah, this is my first attempt. It's probably going to succeed because this vehicle is just too strong. This vehicle can, like, plow through buildings. It can absolutely annihilate anything it runs into. You move it. And it's right out. Knock out your windows. Don't get out of the way. Oh, that's the taxi. And those taxi ones I'll technically have to use separately from the ordinary versions without that little taxi sign on top. Because the taxi sign physically exists, so it's technically a different vehicle. It's going to have the same or a very similar time, though, so... Silence. I really have absolutely nothing to commentate on. This is just an ordinary trip across Mars at this point. I mean, it's a rather strange vehicle to just be having a road trip in, a dump truck. I mean, so is a bus, though, and you're not actually using it for transit. You just sort of stole it from some person, and the passengers jumped out the back window. I suppose this is actually less strange of a vehicle. Like, it's a vehicle that someone would realistically personally own. Well, more realistically than just a public bus. But still, I shall retrieve my data. I shall see how long it takes to drive this ordinary vehicle across Mars. The alert level just went yellow for some reason. I have no idea why, but it did. Pneumonultramicroscopic ciliovolcanochnosis. That's the longest word in any English dictionary. Pierog es pizza. That's how you say pizza, pasta pie in Russian. This thing doesn't seem to speed up on hills that much. It seems to, for the most part, maintain its normal speed. Hilux media. Oh, how about that? Oh no, don't dent the car slightly. This car is just too powerful. I think the episode where I do the tanks, there's multiple tanks in this game. There's a medium tank and a main tank, I think it's called. I don't think there's any small tank though. Unlike the walkers, which have the light walker, the heavy walker, and the combat walker, the tanks just come in two variants, medium and main. Oh, the turret actually hit me directly there. And for some reason, EDF lost some more power in EOS, which is strange. I don't think I destroyed anything. Okay, I'm back to green alert. I'm in Mount Vogel and nearly to the finish line. Yeah, I'm at this point and it's only 15 minutes in. This thing's definitely going to be quite a bit faster than the civilian bus. So it's faster and stronger. It's better than the civilian bus in every way. I am quite certain in my assessment that the civilian bus is the worst vehicle in this game. Oh, here's this hill. The real challenge is to see how well it takes this particular hill. It's like it didn't even notice it was there. Oh my. I was looking at a notification I just got and crashed into a wall. It's from a friend asking about my YouTube channel, so hopefully he'll subscribe, then I'll have 4 subscribers rather than 3. I don't even know who the third one is. Like, 2 of them are Barry the Bounty Hunter and Khan, I know that much. Oh hey, the explosive thing didn't explode. Even if it did, I don't think it would have killed this truck. This truck's, it's just too powerful. Civilian dump truck, it's not particularly fast, but it's incredibly strong. I suppose that's the takeaway from this episode of it's a really stupid thing that I decided to do. There. Final time is statistics. It's 13:23:06 minus whatever the starting time was. This was a particularly boring one. Nothing interesting happened. Goodbye.